is freezing out here. It's like 30. Okay, car won't tell me, but I think it's like 34 degrees and it's rainy / sleety, and it's not fun. But today's Tuesday, December 21st. I'm actually gonna go visit one of my longtime friends, Justin Monteith. We're gonna talk about doing some vlogging and creating some content, because between me and him, the stuff that we do, he's got a massive following on Facebook and even on Instagram, just for the persona he is. And I know that we can capture some footage of him being his goofy self, being his awesome self, and help his platform grow, help my platform grow, introduce people to the platform. Maybe we're headed off to lunch. He hasn't said anything just yet, so I'm just gonna start driving that way. I know he's a super busy guy. So, seatbelts on. Summer. Hey Dale. What's up? Hey buddy. Let's go find Justin. How you doing? Was it just the hood, or did they get the fenders too? Oh, okay. Oh wow, that was really fast. What you doing? This thing is going. This thing has been in the back of this shop for so fucking long. This Lexus? Oh. No, it's the 3 Series. Yeah, 335. Okay.
Hey, did you unbend the hood enough to take it off and save it or not?
I'm not going to worry about it. Right. Someone could do body work, but it's worth saving. But the problem is, it's not really... I don't want to keep it around for 80 bucks. I don't think OSHA would like this very much. No. OSHA does not like me at all. This is going to work either very good or not at all. Come on, little rat.
The 40 hood is on back up.
Go what? All right, you're good now. All right, so I'm at QueenSpeed Motorworks, QueenSpeed Motorsports, here with Justin, and I am helping him get some vlog footage for his channel, but also getting some from my channel. Here's his truck. He's doing some non-OSHA approved stuff of getting that thing probably on the trailer, getting some content for myself, getting some content for him. Go ahead and enjoy this while we are here doing a bunch of stuff to his shop. Dale, you're in a terrible spot, bud. Scrap. Hey, come here, buddy. You sit?
He's got a hoodie on, and it's really cute.
He's it.
That's funny.
Christmas hoodie? Like it's like all we need is to scale Empire State Building.
We followed it with a jet.
I don't know how to turn it off. Oh.
I fucked it up.
No, I think that's how you turn it on. It's pretty cool.
Hi, man. What's up?
This is where it gets awkward because like a camera gets put on me and I'm just like,
no, it's not awkward at all. Just me and you.
I feel like Ricky Bobby. Ricky, put your hands by your side. I don't know if there's my hands. Dale.
What's up, Dale?
Hey, buddy.
All right, so of course I already know you, but you know, what's your name? What do you do?
Name is Justin. Hard out cars. Roll fenders. I don't know.
Just a little bit of everything.
If it makes me money, I'll do it. I'd sell drugs if I wouldn't go to jail for doing it.
Man, same here. So how did all this come about? I know from day one you didn't start with a massive, awesome shop and all this. So back in the day when you weren't doing any car stuff.
Well, you remember we were working at your garage, one of your like your parents' house. Yeah. I remember actually.
It was about both of our garages.
Well, you probably remember this too. Do you remember? Because I had an AFE intake, and you had a sports steering wheel on an E46. But I think my car has sedan steering wheel.
Yeah. Before the whole M3 steering wheel.
Well, I traded you an AFE intake that's worth $300-400 for your sports steering wheel.
I totally
and at the time, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got a great deal," and you were like, "Fuck yeah, I got a great deal."
Yeah.
And then those steering wheels I like throw away now. They're like worthless.
Exactly.
Whereas,
but we didn't know anything about the BMW scene at that point. First of all, the BMW scene was not what it is today when we joined in damn near 10 years ago.
I also remember you and Mike doing your headers in Mike's garage.
Oh my God!
And driving home with open headers.
That took Friday night to Sunday night, and I
still, it was like several days.
Open headers. Yeah.
It was several days, and you went home with open headers. And
that's
you also
so funny.
You still drive like an asshole.
I still drive like an asshole. Yeah.
But like you.
But now I don't have an asshole car. I have a truck, so now I drive like a.
You drive like an asshole?
Oh yeah, I drive like an asshole. Probably 2 weeks in.
So that you didn't get it like that?
No.
Did you get it from a dealership?
Yeah, I got it from a dealership. No, 2 weeks in, we were going to McKeever's dad's house, and a rock came up and smashed it, and I was like, fuck. All right, I'll just get some, fix it.
So it didn't crack at first?
No, it was just a little nick. But literally 10 minutes after, it just started spreading. So now I have a big, like, shoehorn.
Was it already cold outside when that happened?
So what?
Was it already cold outside when that happened?
Yeah. I could literally see it like start cracking, and I was like, "Man, I just got this." And it's like a $1,000 windshield, so I don't feel like replacing it right now. I can see you perfectly right past it.
What, insurance not cover it?
Probably, but I haven't asked. So it's a headache.
Even then, it's a fucking you pay the insurance, and they get you for your deductible, and they want to fight it.
But back in the day, we were just working. But when we were working on our cars, we didn't have anything to do with the automotive industry. I was in real estate at that point, and you were selling apartments.
Yeah. You were a real estate agent at an apartment complex.
Yep.
And I worked at a skate shop.
Yeah.
What is it? A skate shop? And I worked at RTX.
RTX. And I think I just walked in randomly, and I was just like, "Oh, hey."
You came in. I think you came in randomly. I don't even know what the fuck happened. I just know you started because we didn't really have mutual friends.
No, not at all.
But one night you mentioned there was like a party across the street, and we started going to those house parties.
Yes, the house parties.
And then it just went from there.
Yeah.
I think what else happened?
I think you were just trying to buy a bunch of parts for your car.
Well, I've always bought and sold stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd always bought and sold stuff. Did I have my Honda when you met me?
Stuff, it was what?
Did I have my Honda when you met me, or did I already have a BMW?
No, you had the BMW.
Okay, so that's probably
You
how
had just
we
sold your Honda.
That's probably how we connected then.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
came in,
yeah.
you had an E46, and then I had an E46,
Yeah.
and it worked because we were both
And they're
silver.
both silver. You had a
You had the
two-drive
sedan.
Ford. Yep.
I had the 325 as the coupe, and we both thought we were hot shit because we were like 18 years old with BMWs. And you were slinging not insurance. You were slinging apartments.
Yep.
And I actually kept getting in trouble. I got fired because I worked at RTX and GameStop. I got fired from GameStop because when I worked, they could never get inventory.
Yeah.
So customers would come in to trade in their inventory, and instead of GameStop buying it, I would buy it from the customer for more money than GameStop, and then I would and then customers would come in to buy stuff from GameStop. I'm like, well, don't buy your Xbox from them. I got an Xbox in the trunk. I'll sell you an Xbox. So that happened, and then it just kind of progressed into car parts.
Yeah.
Part outs happened because I couldn't afford to buy individual parts because they were so expensive. But then you found out, like, oh, you can buy a whole wrecked BMW for like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
And you buy the whole car, you strip it down.
But at that point, you had issues with space. You couldn't put the
Oh, it was
cars
always
anywhere.
space. It was always space. Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad had a landscaping company,
Yeah.
and since my dad had a landscaping company, he got tired of me storing shit in his garage. So he's like, please just put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so it started off storing stuff there, and then he got tired of cars being everywhere at the shop because one car turned into like 20 or 30.
Yeah.
And but then I was keeping inventory at my dad's shop, but I was rolling fenders and doing installs in their driveway.
That's when the service side of stuff came.
Yes. Well, actually, it started off at Blake's house. We'd always go to Blake Holden's
Yeah.
house.
Yep.
Did you ever go to Blake's
I
house?
sure did.
Okay.
That's where you installed the lowering springs on my car when you were putting coilovers on your car.
Yes.
We were taking it out and putting it in.
Yeah,
mine.
we were flip-flopping.
Yep. I think I have pictures of that.
Because I got my coilovers from Dave, Asian
Yes.
Dave.
Yep.
Which he comes here all the time now.
Really? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Dave.
That's
in a
his
minute.
Midori green EK outside, that little Civic hatch. That's his.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
So, well, because we would just always hang out at Blake's house and play video games, and we all liked cars. And then,
And he had a big enough garage with a lift
yeah, his
and all the
parents
tools.
had that. Well, they didn't have a lift, but he had a big detached garage.
Yeah.
And we'd always do install stuff in. And it was more of our own stuff. And then you would come over, we started doing your stuff.
Yeah.
And we were doing like full coilover installs for like $50. And we thought we were killing it.
Yeah.
We'd spend 3 hours, 4 hours doing this install, make $50, and then we'd split it.
Yeah.
We'd split the $50, but then we'd spend it all at Cookout.
Yep.
We'd do the
Right down the
install,
street, yep.
then we'd go to Cookout, and then we'd just sit at Cookout for 4 or 5 hours. And then But it was always just for fun. It never, no one ever expected it to go anywhere.
That's why I wanted to start this YouTube stuff, because everything that we've done has always been very organic. It's been very just do it for fun, see where it goes. And as you can see, this is where it goes.
Well, yeah, it always starts with, well, first of all, because you're like me, like you get like a shit situation happens, and then you make the best of a shit
You have
situation.
to. You have to. You can't just mope around and you just, oh, I'm bad at luck. No.
Well, just like this whole
Find
shop.
a solution.
Well, just like the whole shop.
Yeah,
It was
the
like,
shop stuff. Tell me about the shop stuff.
well, I was renting, obviously, so first I was at my dad's spot, and I had a carport with a concrete pad. And then my dad sold his company. And when he sold the company, he's like, all right, well, you gotta get your shit, get out. Like, I'm leasing the property to someone else, and you can't stay here. So I had like 30 days to get 40 cars, 50 parts cars, and all my wheel inventory like moved somewhere, and I had nowhere to go. And so I was already hanging out with these guys here because Eddie worked here as a fabricator, and then Devin was a mechanic, so I'd come up here and just shoot the shit with him anyways. When I found out that I was getting kicked out of the shop, my dad's place, Josh, who owned the building owned the business that was here, let me just rent a space. He gave me like the shipping container out back and like a 1-car parking spot to do installs and sell parts. And that worked great for like a year because now I'm in a commercial building, so a lot of companies that wouldn't give me accounts will now give me accounts. I got into SEMA, I went to SEMA, which opened a bunch of doors. Everything was going good there, and then all of a sudden, he disappeared. And I went from having like my rent was like $600 a month for like a corner, so I could sell one set of wheels and pay my rent. It's fine.
Exactly.
And then he disappeared, and my rent overnight went from $600 a month to like $4,000 a month.
Hell of a difference.
So
you had to make.
Well, it was a nut up or shut up situation. Because the landlord, like he already owed the landlord a bunch of money, and so the landlord was like, well, someone's got to pay me, or like money's got to come from somewhere. You can't just use my shit for free. So I took over and started paying him rent, and then the building's way too big for what I do anyways. So we started subleasing to Johnny and the guys who do their own thing, and we got Ryan in the back, so they take a huge weight off of the rent. But even then, it's still like $2,000 a month. But if you would have told me 2 years ago that you'd have a 10,000 square foot warehouse to yourself, and your rent's gonna be $4,000. If I went to go look for a shop,
you wouldn't look this big.
Well, I wouldn't look this big, and then two, if it was a $4,000 rent payment, I would just I can't afford that. I'm out.
Exactly.
But because I was forced into the situation, me taking this over was the best thing that ever happened. Business has grown up. It forced me to like try things I otherwise wouldn't try, and also now I have to buy more inventory to keep the light bulbs.
So like, how many wheels and tires do you have just laying around? You have at least almost 100 sets. Give or take.
It's slow right now. I sold a bunch of stuff on Black Friday.
Okay.
I've probably got 60, 70 sets like on hand.
Wheels, tires, you've got seats, you've got...
We got seats. I've got seats.
Really need,
I've got random suspension bits. Most of the money that everybody thinks I make all this money off wheels because that's what I'm known for is wheels and fender rolling.
That's just
if I had to rely on fender rolling and selling wheels alone, I probably wouldn't make it. Because it's good money. I sell wheels and roll fender. Well, fender rolling is easy. It's easy money. I quit doing it for 6 months because I hated doing it. Then I just said, fuck it, I'll raise my prices. I raised my prices and then I stayed busy. So now I'm mad I didn't raise my prices 4 or 5 years ago. But whatever, it is what it is now.
It's the learning curve.
Yeah. But where really most of my money comes from is these parts cars. You buy a car for $1,000 out of someone's backyard. But the hard part is, everybody thinks, oh, you're making all this fucking money. Like, oh, yeah, I'll sell this car for $1,000 and the motor's worth $2,000. Well, yeah. But I gotta pay someone to pull the motor. I've gotta we've gotta list it. We gotta inventory.
Legos.
No, it's not like I get the money, get the car, and I immediately start making money. You have to it's a process.
There's work
to
to
strip it. This shit for the last week we've been just reorganized. I haven't really made any money this week just because we're trying to get the shop cleaned up.
Well, once you reorganize and clean everything up, now you have more room and mental space to bring more stuff in.
Yeah, well, we'll bring more stuff in, but then because I'm not an organized person at all. The shop will get clean. It'll get spick and span. Everything will have a spot, and we will label everything, and then that system will work for like a week before everything's just in the floor and all in place again. And then we'll do that for a month or two, and then we'll go back. We'll have a moment where it's like, okay, this is getting out of hand. We need to start over. Clean everything up, redo the shelves, put everything on pallets, label everything oh yeah, this is great, this is awesome, we should do this, we should always do this. And the same thing, we'll get busy and then it'll just turn to a shithole again. So a lot of it goes back to if I could afford to hire a ton more people, if I could hire an army of people, I would hire an army of people.
But then you'd have no money.
Well, I would be basically working to pay everyone else's bills.
Yep. That's the scale that you have to work with, because I'm the same way. It's just I want to hire more people, but then what do I get paid?
Oh yeah.
I don't want that.
Weston's been great help. Weston. We need to buy him an alarm clock but other than that, Weston's great. I said we need to buy you an alarm clock. But other than that, you can't even be mad at that comment. But outside of that, no. Like Weston does great reports. Like everything that needs to get done. And honestly, like I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah.
I know parts and values and stuff. We'll be pulling cars apart, and he'll start talking about stuff, and I'm just like, sure,
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Exactly.
And then like obviously Jen's out of a job now. She just got laid off, and it's the holidays, so she's not about to start a new job somewhere.
Yeah.
Smack in the middle of Christmas, so she's been helping me out. But then like she's the one that decided. Like we've been talking about all the YouTube stuff for. I mean, how many people tell me? Just well, not even. Well, everybody's telling me like you need to do more YouTube content, or you need to do like TikToks, or do something. Like because everybody wants to watch that shit. But like my life is so, like I'm only worried about chasing the money. I've never worried about the organization, and now that since she's out of a job right now and she's helping me out, she's super OCD organized, so that she's the one that's like, fuck, okay, we're gonna make you a YouTube channel. Because for me, the hardest part was sitting down and actually just making an account. Yeah. But now I have an account. Like, okay, all I gotta do now is just
now you gotta post,
click, upload. But now she's handling all my merch. She's emailing all these clients. I mean, even down to the bathroom cleanup. Like, she got me a bunch of money back just from calling the bathroom people and saying, hey, it's been like a month since y'all cleaned the porta potty. And they're like, well, we'll give you $100 back. I don't have time to do that shit. Yeah. But she got me $100 back because I'm making a phone call. So it's like anything. I mean, like where I am, like, if you would have told me 5 years ago I'd be in a 10,000 square foot warehouse and going to SEMA, I'd have been like...
For the third time.
Yeah, for the third time. Like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. Like, you're lying. And now...
Talking to these huge distributors, like we're somebodies, and it's just...
Yeah, like, and we're still... But that thing is, too, like, even going to SEMA, it's a huge humbling experience. Like, I don't care how...
You're nobody.
I don't care how... Like, people know me in Charlotte. Like, I'm not even gonna say locally famous, but like I'm known in the car community as just being a shit poster. Yeah. And like, so when I'm here in Charlotte, I'm like, I'm kind of a big deal. And then you go to see me, and you're just like, no one gives a fuck about who I am. No one cares who I am. No one cares who you are. Yep. We are nobody. And then you like walk up to these booths, you're like, oh hey, I'm Justin with QueenSpeed Motorsports. And they're like, okay. Yeah. Magnus Walker's right there. Yep. And there's Matt Farah. Yep. There goes Richard. You know, who are you?
But it's those experiences and those trips that you have to go on for it to humble you. So when you get back, you work even harder. You know.
Yeah. Well, I get back to the same, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna have a new game plan. We're gonna make all this money. We're gonna do this. And then I fall back into like watching YouTube videos and playing Call of Duty and like not hustling like I need to.
Man, well, it's what, December like 20th, 21st. We're just starting out 22 right. You know, we're making a plan before the new year, and let's just try to stick to it. Keep each other accountable and keep each other making videos, because I'm sure a lot of people want to see what goes on in your life here, and a lot of people want to see what goes on in my life as well.
Yeah.
So I think we
always do the same shit too. Like we talked about already. Like, we need to not just hang out at SEMA.
Correct.
Because we used to hang out all the time,
dude, on a daily basis, pretty much.
And now, but obviously it goes back to we're all doing our own thing.
Correct.
But also,
we need to keep like-minded people like us together. You know, the hustle, the drive, keep each other on our toes. Of why aren't you doing this? Let me do this. Or, you know, vice versa. For God's sakes, you got two phones in your chest. Like, who's working harder than you? Drug dealers. You know?
Yeah. What goes back? What was it? I was gonna say something else. I can't fucking remember what I was gonna say.
Think about that. Let me make sure it's still recording.
Is it?
It sure is. That's awesome. 19 minutes. Good.
Hell yeah.
And we'll finish it up in the next minute or two.
I was gonna say something else. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Just like the whole reason, like I was telling you at lunch, the whole reason I haven't wanted to do like a YouTube thing is because I feel like so much of YouTube and all this other stuff is so. Even now, this feels super scripted. Like this is not.
Does it really? Well, maybe because you see the camera in the peripheral of your eye. But
there's that.
I'm looking at you this way.
Well, one, it feels scripted because we're having a conversation about stuff
we already know. Yeah.
Well, you already know the whole life story. Like, we know each other's background. Like, I know this is more for other people, but also like how we're doing this sit down thing. Like, I want the videos to be way more genuine and just like, this is just what happens on a day-to-day basis. Like me picking up parts cars with the forklifts and moving them around. Like at lunch, like I will never be the person that's like, it's your boy Mantooth. Welcome to QueenSpeed Motorsports. We're about to throw down. Let's see what happens next. Tune in next time.
Yeah.
But like I can't do that.
You've got that pretty down packed though.
But I can't. Well,
I know.
Because I've been making fun of those people for so long. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I want it to be just simple. Like I want to do everything that I do now, but maybe there's a camera watching. Yeah. I might address the camera from time to time, but ultimately, like, I don't think my life's that interesting, but then other people see like what we're doing and they're just like,
we're out and about constantly. People are literally at home 24/7.
oh yeah, well, like people work from home or they have office jobs, they work in a cubicle,
or just don't have a social life and are living their social lives through ours.
Yeah,
watching what we do.
That's true.
You know?
I mean, I get it. My thing is like I just like to talk to people. That's where it is. Like I like to. That's my favorite days here, are when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Like when I hook up my truck and trailer.
Yep,
like tomorrow, I might go to Raleigh tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be on the road for 3 hours. 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Almost the entire time there, I will probably be on the phone talking shit with somebody. Then I'll get to Jason's shop and I'm going there to buy wheels.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take my car trailer because he might have a car. He might have a car. Who knows? But it'll turn into a 2 or 3 hour conversation at Weaver.
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit. And then it'll turn into, oh, by the way, I'm looking for a motor for this E46. We're about to resell the motor pop. Oh shit, I've got 3 of them at the shop on a pallet. And then that just snowballs from there.
That's it. That's how it all works. Because I'm the same way. I just talk to a bunch of people until you figure out what your common denominator is and you attack that. You know, and it kind of just comes naturally now. It's not nothing that you plan. But I just wanted to do this at least for my account. I'll put a couple of clips on your account. But everything that we did when we came in and you grabbed the car, went straight to the forklift and Dale, everything, like, that's the stuff you need. You know?
And the thing, it's crazy. Like it's funny. Like there are other videos or other like content creators that all of what I just did would be not staged, but it'll be kind of scripted. Like, all right, we're gonna do this.
I had no idea what you're doing when you grabbed the forklift. I was like, okay, I thought we were filming. Let me grab my camera. What are you doing? Oh, you're picking this shit up. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because because I'm ADD, when I get like my mind on something, if I don't get it done right now, it'll just not be done. Exactly. And we have been talking about that car has been in the back of the shop a year and a half. I think I bought it like at the start of COVID. Is when I bought that car.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting back there, and it's just parts that need to be pulled off.
Yeah.
So that'll go, and like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the rest of the shop cleaned up so we can put more shelves up to better inventory. Like I bought a forklift a year ago, and I haven't even been using my pallet rack. And now, we randomly last week we started putting motors on the pallet rack, and it's like, this is great. Yeah, exactly. There's floor space for more cars. So ideally, too, what I want to do. Actually, there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but it's just I don't own the building.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put a bunch of time and money into a building I don't own. And I've talked to the landlord about buying this place, but he wants to sell it as a package deal. He wants to sell this building and that building and everything else. And I think he wants like $2.5 million. And I'm like, this doesn't even have a bathroom in it. And you want $2.5 billion?
Seriously.
Like I shit in a porta potty.
Yeah.
So, I would love to fix all the insulation. I would love to redo all the lighting. I would love to build like a showroom where.
Yeah. You walk in and that's your
first of all, you know how it is with the shop. People, when there are cars in the shop, they want to come in and like, oh, what are you doing? Like, get the fuck away from me, bro. So I want to have like a showroom, and then like all my new wheels and stuff are like they're all covered with dust and dirt because this place is such a fucking dirty mess. Yeah. So I don't know.
You just need to take a weekend off and literally just.
Well, what I want to do is after the first of the year, I want to just basically shut everything down. I don't want to take any customers. I just want to come in here for like a week, and I might even hire some like part-time help. Just see like anybody wants to make like a couple $100 in a week to come and just move shit. Because I think once the problem is like we'll get an area of the shop clean.
Yeah.
And then we won't focus on anything. So we'll keep that area clean, but then this area, it looks like a bomb went off. Then we'll clean up that area of the shop, and then the other area turns into a bomb.
Yeah.
So we need to just I need to deep clean the entire building, give everything a spot. And then once it has a place, then I can
everything will go back in its place when it's done. Yeah.
Like, there should not be half torn apart parts cars in the shop.
Yeah.
They should go in here to the lift, ripped apart, out to the lot.
Yep.
Actually, they should not even go on the lot. They should be ripped apart, all the valuable parts inventoried, and then the car goes straight from the lift to the scrapyard.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, fuck, I got 20 cars outside that are all parts cars. Half of them I haven't sold a part on in like a month. No, not a month, like probably 6 months to a year. Like, there's a Volkswagen in the back. I parted it out.
And that's real estate. Like, it costs more to scrap.
People pay a lot of money for storage. If I had this place cleaned up more, I would like put 4-post lift in the back and charge storage. That's what Sean and them do at European Road Racing. They make a bunch of money just keeping people's Ferraris on a trickle charge.
That's it.
And they crank it up every now and then.
That's it.
You see Matt Fair's new gig?
Mm-hmm. You just need several $1 million.
Well, yeah, Matt Fair's Matt Fair. Like, he's got an ass ton of money.
But he's also probably late 30s, early 40s. You're still in
Is
your
he?
20s. I just hit 30. Like,
Is that you just turned 30 or what? Okay.
it's like we've got a couple years for that. And I when I walked in this place, I was like, man, that corner looks great for storage, you know.
Billy's here. Fuck, he needs his own YouTube video too, his own YouTube channel too. Billy's a fucking character. This is the neighbor. He used to work out of the shop.
Okay.
And there's some cats that live in the woods, so he comes here like 2 or 3 times a day to feed his cats.
So that's why Dale's like, you got food.
Well, he always brings them like he'll go get breakfast in the morning and then like brings Dale leftovers. So or he'll just give him like a handful of cat food.
Yeah.
But
That's funny.
that man does like bare knuckle boxing, like with young guys, and they like made him stop fighting because he was like beating everyone's ass. He was like beating up these young kids, and so they made like an age limit.
He feeds cats. Like, he just feeds cats.
That man will. There was like a time where his cats like were not coming out for a little while. He's like, y'all done something with my cats? And we're like, nah, man, we haven't seen your cats. He's like, if I find out y'all did something with my cats, I'll slit your fucking throats. He's like, whoa, Billy, we didn't touch your cats, brother.
All right, man. Well, thank you for taking your time to talk to me. And I'll be around more at the shop so we can do some more filming.
I mean, that's cool. Whatever. Oh my god.
Old people growing grunts. You gotta unlock it first. What are we doing?
Dragging this up to his house.
Oh, you're just dragging the truck. So this is the normal activity you do on a.
Oh yeah, this
basis.
is only Tuesday, brother. Flat towing a Dodge that's a piece of shit. I really hope the chain holds because I don't know how well those brakes work.
Man.
Actually, not even the chain. I really hope the lug nuts hold because what happened was we pulled the big e-haul wheels off of it to put the stock wheels back because the wheels were too wide to get on the trailer. So to put stock wheels on the front, but they cross-threaded coming off. So the only 2 lug nuts would go back on. But he's only wanting this for parts.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's fixing the same truck
Yeah.
and needs a bunch
He
of
just
parts.
wants to cut. Yeah.
I sold him the whole thing for $500. I bought the truck for $800, sold the bed for $500, realized I didn't want to deal with it. So then, you want to stop here? Just go into the grass then?
All right, John. I will see you.
Good to see you, friend.
I'll probably see you next week. Y'all be careful on your trip. Merry Christmas. See ya. You too. Alright, so I just got finished done talking with Justin over at QueenSpeed. Love that man. He is one of my day ones. I've known him almost a decade now, if not a decade. We both want to build our YouTube channels now, especially since he's doing so well with his business and everything that I'm doing with my business. It gets to the point where we are very jaded at what we do, and it's normal. But like his wife said, Jen, and my girlfriend McKeever, you know, we live extraordinary lives that people love to see, and we kind of proved it when Justin posted on his Facebook, hey, who would watch me if I did some YouTube? And the man's got 2 videos out under 2 minutes, and he's already got 200 some subscribers. I have 130 something videos, and I barely have 330 subscribers. So we're gonna use his contacts, my skill, his skill, to really push our brand and our value to another level. I'm like I told him today, I'm sick and tired of just seeing him at SEMA, and he lives 5 miles from me, and his shop is 20 minutes from me. That's unacceptable, being that he is one of my best friends out there. I can call him at any time of the hour, any time of the day and night, and I know he'll be there. So we're also using this as an excuse to hang out more. I'm headed back to the apartment now. Gonna go pick up some packages that are downstairs for Cars and Coffee, so I can go to the storage unit and drop those off. Maybe meet McKeever somewhere in between there. We'll see how it goes. Alright, just got home. I did pick up that package, but it's 4:10. I don't feel like leaving again, going to the storage place and dropping everything off and coming back at rush hour. So I'm back home, gonna grab my stuff, go upstairs, start editing, and this is probably where I'll leave you. All right. Thanks for everybody that supports us. I hope this thing takes off. I hope Justin's thing takes off. And if you guys have any questions or want to be on video with us or anything like that, have any ideas for us, man, call us, text it. Don't call us because I ain't gonna pick up. Text me, DM me, all that. Let's do some stuff. Outdoors, indoors, truck stuff, car stuff, business stuff, even just a sit down talk. Let's do it. All right.